Please be seated. So who do you relate to in this reading? The crazy, generous landowner? The complaining negotiator who signed on the bottom line? Or are you just late to the game and wonder, what will this mean for me? You know, parables are meant to provide various characters in order for us to relate not just to one of them, but all of them. Parables, the best ones, stir us deeply, and they bring out the best and the worst in us. I am the prodigal son, and I'm the elder son, the elder brother, and I am the loving father. I am the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman. And I am the disciples who had their noses turned up at her. And, dare I say, I am Jesus. This is what the stories do for us. So, as I held up this parable before me, and I said, who am I resonating with in this story? I'm sorry to say, but I immediately resonated with the complaining negotiator. And I said, this is where I go. I'm litigious. I want things signed, sealed, and delivered. I don't see working as a gift, as an opportunity sometimes. And why do they seem to get more than I do? And so I have to say, it didn't make me feel good about myself. And I wanted to do what I do with most of my negativity, which never works, by the way. I wanted to tie it to a chair, beat it with a rubber hose until it became love and positivity. But then I remembered that God, through Jesus Christ, has promised to accept all of who we are, to be with us, to love us, to forgive us, and to be where we are. And I remember Paul saying, you know, there is nothing that can separate us from the love of God. Nothing. And I took to heart Thich Nhat Hanh's wisdom, as our meditation group, our mindfulness group, continually focuses on. Don't make a battlefield inside of yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't try to be repressive of those things. So I welcomed him. Hello, Scott. Welcome. Let's sit down and talk about this. Why are you bothered? I want to hear you. You have a place in me. It's showing compassion for what's going on in you, what's stirring in you. It actually brought me a great calm and peace, and so it led me to begin looking at the come-latelys in the story. And this is striking because the way the system worked is you were hired at the beginning of the day or not at all. That's the way it works. It's not very efficient to say, anybody else out there? But this is a story about a landowner going out into the community to say, I'm inviting you. I want you to be a part of something. You can help us harvest great resources for the whole community. I can't imagine the gratitude that was felt by such workers to be invited after you've given up hope, after no one has chosen you, no one sees your plight, no one giving any sense of compassion for you, to have someone come and offer that kind of grace and hospitality. It must have been incredibly filled with gratitude. And so, you know, I am a complainer. I know I need to look at myself and express some compassion and listen to what's going on, what makes me be that way. I'm a judger. I'm a comparer. but I am also a grateful Christian. I don't know where you place yourself, at what time you showed up in the great work of God. I was there from the very beginning. Really? How many want to say that? I would be pressed to say I showed up at 5 in the afternoon. I feel that way because of the grace that God has brought into my life. I feel I'm a late bloomer. And so, yes, compassion, yes, gratitude. And then, of course, there's the landowner, who's supposed to be God, right? Is that what it's meant? But Jesus said we would do greater things than Jesus himself. That's what he said. So why could that not be us, the landowner? This landowner who has a vision and a heart to go out into the community and say, I want people to feel seen. I want them to know I see their plight. I want them to see compassion. I want them to be invited into a harvest. I want them to feel useful and part of something bigger than that. Is that me? Could that be me? Yes. That puts a smile on my face. Now, all of us are in the mud. We're in the mud because we're complex people with deep emotions and stories. And as those stories unfold, we have an opportunity to let the lotus grow in the mud of who we are. And as I watch this parable unfold, I am aware of my own need to work on myself, to do some self-examination, to figure out why I feel certain things, what's activating it and triggering it. Self-understanding, self-compassion. And I have the opportunity to be grateful. And I have the opportunity to be generous. So as we kick off these campaigns today, I want to invite you to let them stir you up. Don't repress yourself or hold yourself back or think this or that. Use it as an opportunity to say, what's my reaction to this and why am I reacting this way? Have some compassion for yourself, and patience with yourself. And acknowledge what time you came for the work. It will make you grateful. It will remind you of God's grace and love. And it will make you want to be generous, to go out. Because isn't that our mission? To go out into the world to people that are unseen, who need some love, need to be invited into something beautiful, a harvest. So, make sure that you arrive at a place that puts a smile on your face, because those are the best moments to open up our own future. Moments of self-understanding, gratitude, and generosity. At this point, I'd like to invite all those people, either on the steering committee, capital campaign committee, the stewardship committee, and the visitation committee. And if you're a visitor, come forward too. You're going to have to all go up here.